Hello everyone, my name is Tanav. I'm in second grade and I'm 7 years old, and today we're going to learn about the parts of the ear. This is the pinna of the outer part right over here where you can see, and the hole leads to the ear canal filled with like earwax, and there's skin inside it as well. Next we meet the eardrum right here. It's about the size of a dime, and it vibrates when sound is around. But we're gonna talk about that later. After that, the eardrum is actually called the tympanum sometimes. And now, the hammer or the malleus bone right over here. It's the second smallest bone in the body. It hits the eardrum when sound is around, like it hits it. Next we go to the anvil or incus. That's the third largest bone in the body. It attaches the malleus with the stapes, and the stapes or the stirrup is like hitting the cochlea through the oval window right here. And without it you can't hear anything. That's the most important part of the ear. After that is the cochlea. When sound is produced, those cilia vibrate. But if they get destroyed by loud sounds, those cilia will never ever grow back. And when all the cilia are all damaged, you're deaf. And after that is the semicircle canals. It's not for your hearing, but it's actually for your movement. When you tilt your head this way, the posterior semicircular canal, is filled with endofluid, is filled with endolymph, and when you tilt this way, the liquid moves the cilia like this. When you move your head up and down, your superior semicircular canal right over here sends the brain yes signals, and when you move your head side to side, the lateral semicircular canal sends the brain no messages. But when you get dizzy, let's say you are in a carnival ride that spins, the endolymph calls all the cilia to go in one direction and the other, and then it's going like that. And it sends confusing signals to the brain through this nerve. That's what makes you dizzy after that ride. And after that, the auditory canal, the auditory nerve, reaches the brain and sends the messages. And then your brain understands what is around you and says what's there, like the sounds. There's also the auditory tube over here. When you yawn, you hear those bubbles popping in the auditory tubes, and there's fluid in there. After that is the cavity. It surrounds all this, and together the hammer, anvil, and stirrup together make the ossicles. And And you know why there's earwax in your ear? That's helped to trap germs that may be in the air. And when they try to get deeper into your ear and infect the eardrum, the earwax trap them and prevent them from getting out. After that, the dead skin cells and bacteria turn the cerumen into earwax. Ew, gross. And there's actually three parts of the ear: the outer ear, the middle ear, and the inner ear. The outer ear has only two parts, the pinna and the ear canal. The middle ear has the eardrum, hammer, and an anvil. The inner ear has the cavity, auditory tube, oval window, cochlea, and the stabilizer muscle right over here. That's the smallest muscle, and the stapes, and the semicircular canals, and the auditory tube. And then the inner ear will also have the cochlea inside. It will also have half of the cochlea and part of the auditory nerve, which goes all the way to the brain right here. The eardrum separates the outer ear from the middle ear, like that. And that's the parts of the ear. Now let's see, how do they work? The pinna first collects sounds from the surroundings and brings it to the ear canal. And then the eardrum vibrates and shakes the hammer bone. And then the anvil and the stirrup transmit the sounds all the way inside the cochlea through the oval window. Then the cilia and side vibrate and turns the sound into electricity, like messages. And then they send it through the auditory nerve all the way to the brain. And then the brain understands what's around and tells you what is it. That's how the ears work. And one more thing. To keep your ears healthy, do not let water go inside your ear. It can push your eardrum and make it explode. That makes it hurt so bad. Next, you shouldn't pick your ear. You shouldn't get the earwax out of there like yuck. And you shouldn't use a cotton swab to remove those earwax. And also, if you have an ear infection, use olive oil to heal the ear. And then, instead of using a cotton swab to remove some earwax, you can use olive oil. 2 or 3 drops of olive oil going through your ear is enough to remove some earwax. It softens the earwax and makes it come out easily. And don't get exposed to loud noises. If you do, your ear will get damaged or something like that. And you shouldn't have an eardrum or any other parts injured like that. Otherwise, it will be a trip to a hospital. That's all for today. Bye. Wait.